everyone, welcome back to Neopagan November, day 29. Today's prompt is I think. So I think that the craft is not a one-size-fits-all thing. I think that there are many different ways to do things, many different ways to achieve the same outcome, many different ways you can practice. I think there are certain things that need to be taken into account, such as safety measures, like when working with herbs, fire safety, stuff like that. But that for a lot of stuff, you can really kind of do things your own way. For a long time, that's what I did. I didn't really have access to any resources, books, or anything like that because I was underage and not able to really get any of that kind of stuff. So I just really did what felt right and didn't really, read and go off of other people's books or anything. I think that when you make up your own correspondences and spells and stuff, or that will work better than just blindly following someone else's. I think, of course, there are certain things that are sort of not necessarily universal, but that are more like commonly accepted, like that for a lot of people they would say like green is money, but or like blue is calming. But I've heard the example, while blue may be considered calming to many people, if you had some type of experience in your past, like that was traumatic or something that involved the color blue, like being hit by a blue truck, something like that, that maybe blue to you is definitely not calming. Like for me, a lot of people say lavender is supposed to be calming, relaxing. To me, it's the opposite, because the smell of lavender gives me a major, major migraine. So to me, lavender, I would not use that in a spell for calming or relaxing because it would end up giving the opposite effect. So I think it's really good to keep, it doesn't have to be like a fancy book of shadows, but even just like a regular notebook, like a spiral bound or comp book, and write things down when you think of them and kind of as you do things in your practice, like, I used this for this spell and it worked or it didn't work because you can sit and think about like the color correspondences, for example. That's kind of the easiest one because unlike herbs or crystals, stuff like that, we have access to colors all around us all the time, and you can easily like use your phone and just look up the color red or whatever and look at it and be like, okay, what does this make me feel? And then you can like write down and come up with your own correspondences that will really work for you personally. And yeah, so I just think there's so many different types of ways to do things. Even obviously there are different traditions or paths, like Wicca. There's like different types of pagan and witches, like kitchen witch or green witch, hedge witch, and then there's like druidry and like all this different stuff, Santeria, voodoo, whatever. But even within the different paths, even within the same path, there are still different ways to do the same thing. You can, if you're trying to do a spell for X result, you could do a candle spell, you could do a jar spell, you could do so many different types of things that you can really, really customize the craft and your practice to be your own. And when it comes to witchcraft, there's also the incorporation of deities. Some people will incorporate them, some people don't. And so that's another aspect that I think can really kind of customize your practice. And then if you do incorporate them, there's so many different ones that you can work with, and it's just basically endless, so that with all the different things you can do, that your path can really, especially over time, very much become custom and personalized to you. And I think that's something that's really great about witchcraft. Unlike, say, Christianity, like I was raised in, it was pretty much, this is how it is, you know, you have to do it this way. There was no freedom to practice however you want. So I'm gonna have to go. The phone is ringing, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.